Today we are going to study a new lesson, C reading in Unit 1. Before going to the lesson, let us see the nature of some people, many people, not only some, many people. People normally before doing any work, they think I won't do it. Some people live here. Some people try a little and move forward and they think after reaching some distance, they think I can't do it. But some more people, a few of them, again move forward thinking I can do it. But very few people with strong determination move further and think I will do it. Such kind of people will finally achieve success. So, here in this C reading, we are going to study about a person who achieved success in spite of his adversities and problems, determining with a strong determination, I will do it. The lesson name is I will do it. He was short. Let us go to the lesson. Textbook page number 23. He was short. He was sharp. He was the brightest boy in his class. His seniors used to ask him to solve their difficulties in science. He could have gone unnoticed in a crowd, but once you asked him a question related to physics or maths, there was a spark in his eyes. He could grasp theories of science faster than the speed of light. So, here they have described the boy physically as well as mentally. He was short. He was sharp. What kind of boy he was? He was a short boy. But he was a sharp boy, means very intelligent boy. He was the brightest boy in the class, very intelligent boy in the class. His seniors used to ask him to solve their difficulties in science. His seniors, higher class students, asked to explain him their difficulties in science. He could have gone unnoticed in a crowd. Maybe he looks normal, he doesn't look very different. He looks normal, so nobody can identify him as a special person. But once you asked him a question related to physics or science, if you ask him any question related to physics or science, maths, there was a spark in his eyes. There was a spark in his eyes, means he is ready with answer. He is ready to answer that question. He could grasp theories of science faster than the speed of light. He could grasp, able to catch, able to learn theories of science faster than the speed of light. Light is considered as a fastest moving thing. But he could grasp faster than the speed of light. Within fraction of seconds, very easily, he can grasp whatever is explained in science. He came from a poor but educated family. His father was a high school teacher and an avid reader of English literature. Avid, underline this word. He, like all the boys in his class, was trying to get admission into some engineering college. So he came from a poor but educated family. All the members in his family are educated. His father was a high school teacher and an avid reader. Avid means enthusiastic. Very enthusiastic reader of English literature. He, like all the boys in his class, almost all the boys in those days, was trying to get admission into some engineering. All the boys in his class, along with him, wanted to join some engineering college after completing their intermediate. The brighter ones who wanted to study in the Indian Institute of Technology or the IITs. The brighter ones, that means the intelligent boys, wanted to study in IITs, that is Indian Institutes of Technology. In those days, very few IIT colleges were available all over the country. Only 5 main campus, or only 5. After 2008 only, many IITs were established. There are Kharagpur, Bombay, Madras, Kanpur and Delhi. Only 5 were available. There was nowadays also you have to write an IIT entrance examination. This boy, along with his friends, applied to appear for the test. Before writing the test, we have to apply. In those days, they will give you a booklet of application, but nowadays you can go for online applications. They did not have any special books or coaching. Now, in those days, there were no special colleges or coaching centers to this entrance exams. But nowadays, wherever you see, many colleges were free, many coaching centers were available. But only those days, there was no special coaching. All these IIT aspirants means who aspire, who want to achieve, aspirants, underline that word. Achievers, who wanted to try and achieve something, who wanted to join, who have the desire. All these IIT aspirants who are all thought to determine to join IIT would sit below the shade of a stone manda close to Chamundi Hills in the sleepy town of Mysore. He was the guide for the others, while the others struggled to solve the problems in the question paper. He would smile shyly and solve them in no time. So all these IIT participants, IIT examiners will sit below the shade of a stone mandap. Mandap is a raised platform with 4 pillars, you can see. Like this mandap. So they will sit under that mandap close to Chamundi Hills in the sleepy town of Mysore. In Mysore, near Chamundi Hills, they used to sit there. He was the guide for the others. He used to clear their doubts, clarify their doubts, and he was a guide for them. While the others struggled to solve the problems in the question paper. All the students were struggling to solve. The question paper was tough because competition was very tough. Questions also will be very tough. They struggled to solve them. But this boy would smile shyly and solve them in no time. No time means very less time. He simply smiled and tried and solved them all, the sums in very less time. He sat alone below a tree and dreamt of studying it at IIT. So, after all the students go away, he used to sit alone under the shade of a tree and always dreamt of studying at IIT. It was the ultimate aim for any bright boy at that age, as it still is today. In those days, any bright boy, he wants to join IIT. So, it is an ultimate aim for the brighter boys. Ultimate is final aim, main aim for any brighter boy at that age. So, even now it is there. He was then only 16 years old. How old was he? He was only 16 years old. He wanted to join IIT. The D-Day came. D-Day. D-Day means a day something you have been planning for a long time. So, which day? The day on which he had to write the entrance exam. He came to Bangalore, stayed with some relatives and appeared for the entrance test. So, he has to come to Bangalore to attend that entrance exam. So, he came to Bangalore, stayed in some relative's house. He did very well, but would only say okay when asked. So, he wrote the exam very well. But if anybody asked him, his family members or friends, if anybody asked him, he would simply say okay. It was the opposite when it came to food. So, it means opposite. When you talk about food, he says in an opposite way. When he said okay, it implied bad. When the food was very bad, it tastes bad, he says okay. When he said good, it implied okay. When the food was normal, average in taste, he says good. When he said excellent, it implied good. When it tastes good, not a little better than normal range, he says good, excellent. His principle was never to hurt anyone. Why does he say so? Because he doesn't want to hurt anybody. Even in our house we have to do like this. Imply means express in an indirect way. He is expressing in an indirect way. He doesn't want to hurt, no? So he is expressing in an indirect way. The IIT entrance results came. He had passed with a high rank. What a delight for any student. He was thrilled. He went to his father, who was reading a newspaper. So the results were announced. In those days, results will be published in newspapers. Students have to wait for the newspapers, search their number and then find out the result. So he also got his result. He had passed with a high rank, not normal rank. He passed with a high rank. What a delight for any student, what a joy for any student. He was thrilled, even surprised. He went to his father, who was reading a newspaper. Anna, I have passed the exam. So this boy went to his father and told. They used to call Anna in different places. Father is called with different words. Papa, Nana, Dad, like that. So he called his father and said, Anna, I have passed the exam. Well done, my boy. Even his father appreciated. I want to join IIT. So after that he told he wanted to join IIT. His father stopped reading the paper. So he stopped reading his paper. He lifted his head, looked at the boy and said with a heavy voice. So he stopped reading the newspaper, lifted his head and told the boy, looked at the boy and said with a heavy voice. Heavy means sad voice here. My son, you are a bright boy. You know our financial position. Financial position means amount. I have 5 daughters to be married off and 3 sons to be educated. Totally, Narayan Murthy and his siblings were 8 in number. He is one among them. I am a salaried person. I cannot afford your expenses at IIT. You can stay in Mysore and study as much as you want. So what did his father say after listening his desire that he wanted to join IIT? He said, you are a bright boy. I know you are a bright boy, but you know our financial position. I have still more daughters and sons to be married off and educated. So I am a salaried person. I am the only one. I cannot afford. Afford means to bear, to spend, to be able to spend. To be able to spend. So I cannot spend amount for your expenses at IIT. You can stay in Mysore. He asked his son to stay in Mysore and study as much as he can. Indeed, it was a difficult situation for any father to say no to his bright son. But even his father, not only his father, any father feels difficult to say no for such a bright boy. He is talented, he is gifted, but he cannot afford his expenses. So he can't join his son in IIT. His father too felt very sad. But circumstances were like that. Circumstances means situations were like that. It was common then for the man to be the single earning member with a large family dependent on him. It was common then. Then means in those days. It was a common thing that only one member, that is mostly men, used to go for work and earn money for their entire family, which is a very large family. In those days, only large families were there. So people, only 1 or 2 members, men, used to go to work and earn for all of them, with a large family depending on them. So he cannot bear the expenses of this boy at IIT. His father was sad that he had to tell the bitter truth to his son, but it couldn't be helped. The boy had to understand reality. Even his father felt very sad to say this bitter truth to his son, but he couldn't. Nobody can help that. The boy had to understand the reality. He had to understand the situation. The teenager was disappointed. Teenager means who was in the age of teens. 13 to 19. That persons are called teenagers. He was very disappointed. It seemed his dreams had burnt to ashes. So all his dreams collapsed. What was his dream? To join IIT. All his dreams collapsed. He was so near to fulfilling his fondest hope, yet so far. He was very near to fulfill his fondest, dearest desire. Fondest hope means dearest desire. What was his desire? Joining an IIT. So he was very near to fulfill it. He achieved high rank. He easily gets seat in the IIT college, but he couldn't. It became, now it was very near. He went very near. After his father's announcement, declaration, his desire went far away. His heart sank in sorrow. His heart sank in sorrow means he felt very deeply distressed. He did not reply. He did not say any word to his father. He never shared his unhappiness or helplessness with anybody. He did not share his feelings, his unhappiness or his family conditions or anything with anybody, not even his family members or with his friends. He was an introvert by nature. Introvert means who will not express his feelings, who hides his feelings inside. The opposite of introvert is extrovert. So, he did not express his feelings. He was introvert by nature. His heart was bleeding. He was feeling very sad. But he did not get angry with anybody. When we don't get our desires fulfilled, sometimes we get anger. We throw things here and there. But he was introvert. So he did not express anything outside. He did not get even anger. The day came. His classmates were leaving for Madras, now Chennai. So the day came where his friends were to join the IIT college. So all his friends were leaving to Madras to join in IIT Madras, that is now in Chennai. They were taking a train from Mysore to Madras. They started their journey by a train from Mysore to Madras. They have shared good years in school and college together. His friends and he have many good memories and experiences in school days and college days. He went to the station to say goodbye, to give farewell to them and good luck to them for their future. So he wanted to wish them farewell and good luck. So he went to the railway station. At the station, his friends were already there. So at the railway station, all his friends reached. They were excited and talking loudly. Excited, they were enthusiastic, energetic. So when we get our desire satisfied, what we will do? We'll feel more enthusiastic, energetic. We will do more than normal work, isn't it? So even their friends were like that. The noise was like the chirping of birds. When all the birds gathered together and make sounds with happiness. So it will be very short, high-pitched sounds. It will be pleasant to hear. Similarly, all his friends were talking like that. They were all excited and discussing their new hostels, new courses, etc. All the people were discussing about new hostels and new courses, how the hostels would be, how the course would be, what they have to do, how they have to do. They were discussing that. He was not part of it, but this boy was not a part of it. So, he stood there silently. He went to the station, he went near his friends, but stood there silently without talking. One of them noticed and said, one of them identified this boy and said, "You should have made it. You should have made it." Means, you should have convinced your father and joined. You should have tried in any other way and joined in IIT. He did not reply. This boy did not reply even to his friend. He only wished all of them. He wished them. They waved at him as the train slowly left the platform. So they started waving their hands to him. He stood there even after he could no longer see the train or the waving hands. So the train left the platform. So and he was standing still there, but he couldn't see the train or the waving hands. The train left so far, but he was there. It was the June of 1962 in Mysore city. When did this happen? In 1962 in set in and it was getting dark. Set in means to begin. Enter. Phrasal verb. It's a phrasal verb, underline it. Monsoon had set in. The monsoon season had started and it was getting dark. It's becoming dark. In rainy season and in winter season, it becomes dark very soon. It had started to drizzle. Drizzle means light drops of rain. Light rain. Yet he stood there motionless. Even the rain had started, but he stood there without any movement. Motionless means without any movement. He said to himself, without anger or jealousy, he thought to himself, he doesn't feel any anger, he doesn't feel jealous of his friends. He just, within himself, he told, all students from the IITs study well and do big things in life. So what did he say? All the students who joined IIT should study well and achieve great things in life. But it is not the institution. It is you. Ultimately, it is you and you alone who can change your life by hard work. What did he say? But it is not the institution. Underline this sentence. It is not the institution. Institution can't do anything. Ultimately, it is you and you alone who can change your life by hard work. So what did he say? Even institutions are useful. They'll teach us. They'll show us the way to go. But it is our duty to follow the way and do great things in life by doing hard work. We have to change our life by hard work. Probably he was not aware that he was following the philosophy of the Bhagavad Gita. Probably he might not have known that this sentence, what he thought, is the philosophy described in Bhagavad Gita by Lord Krishna. Your best friend is yourself and your worst enemy is yourself. So what do our best friend do? Always pat us, support us, teach us. He'll guide us in a right way, isn't it? Similarly, our enemy, what does our enemy do? Always desire for our bad, isn't it? So even it is the best friend or the worst enemy, both is ourselves to us. Why? Because if we think in a positive way, if we determine and do hard work, we can achieve success. If we keep lazy and we don't want to do, it destroys us. Isn't it, children? Yes. Your best friend is yourself and your worst enemy is yourself. Later, he worked very hard and focused on one thing. After his friends left, joined IIT, he joined in an engineering college in Mysore, National Institute of Engineering. He completed his electronics engineering degree in Mysore from Mysore University, and he focused on one thing, never bothering about his personal life or comforts. He did not bother about his personal life or comforts, whether he had that, whether he had this, like that. He did not think any comforts. He did not think about his personal life, but focused on only one thing, that he had to do something, that is completing IIT engineering. He shared his wealth with others. Even after earning, he shared his wealth amount to others. He never used the help of any caste, community or political connections to go up in life. He never shared any of his feelings, but he shared his wealth. He did not take the help of his caste or community or political connections. He did not take any support from anybody. He doesn't want any, we can say, support to go up in life, recommendations or anything. He doesn't want anything. Just he tried, worked very hard, focusing on only one thing. A son of a school teacher showed other Indians it was possible to earn wealth legally and ethically. So a son of a school teacher. In olden days, a school teacher is a normal job. Those who cannot go for other jobs, we used to select the teacher job, teaching profession. It was a saying in those days. So a son of a school teacher, a normal school teacher, showed other Indians it was possible to earn wealth legally and ethically. He showed that anybody can earn money legally without going in a wrong means and ethically following morals. He built a team of people who were equally good, not only himself. He gathered some people, built a team with such kind of people who are working legally and ethically. He became a pioneer of India's software industry and started the information technology wave. He became the pioneer. Pioneer means person one who is the first to start anything. One who is first to start anything. So he became pioneer of India's software industry. He started software industry in India and started the information technology wave. He started the wave, it continued spreading later on. Today, he has become an icon of simplicity. Now he is a symbol for many people, motivation, inspiration to many people. He is an icon of simplicity, symbol of simplicity, uncompromising quality. He will not compromise with quality. If the quality is bad, he will never leave. He will always try to improve it. Fairness, going in a good way. Apart from being a philanthropist. Philanthropist means one who devotes his life for the service of mankind. His service, his wealth and his life completely is dedicated for the service of mankind. Apart from philanthropist, he is an icon of simplicity. He will not at all compromise with quality. He really believes in the motto, powered by intellect and driven by values. He developed a guiding principle for himself. What is it? Powered by intellect, supported by thinking people who think logically. So he had a team of people, isn't it? So all that people are of same qualities, they have the same qualities. So he had that power from them and driven by values and always following the values, moral values. He is none other than Nagavara Ramarao Narayanamurthy. Who is he? Nagavara Ramarao Narayanamurthy, called as N.R. Narayanamurthy. Founder of Infosys, the software industry in India. The founder of Infosys, a leading IT company in the world. Now it is a leading IT company in the world. So this lesson is about N.R. Narayanamurthy, the founder of Infosys. This was written by his wife Sudha Murthy. She is also an Indian social worker and a famous author. Murthy began her professional career as a computer scientist and engineering. In those days, she was the only women student, girl student in engineering college among a large number of boys. She has founded several orphanages, participated in rural development efforts, supported the movement to provide all Karnataka government schools with computer and library facilities, and established the Murthy Classical Library of India at Harvard University. Murthy also teaches computer science. She composed a fiction, Dollar Source. The present story is a selection from one of her most successful stories, How I Taught My Grandmother to Read and Other Stories. You might have seen the book, How I Taught My Grandmother to Read. So this lesson was a collection, was a bit extract from that book. Even she and his husband Narayanamurthy and Sudhamurthy both did many works, social works, supporting many government schools in Karnataka and all. So this is the lesson, I Will Do It, by Sudhamurthy, about Narayanamurthy, the chairman of Infosys.